Yo, what's cracking? What's cracking? Uh, Today we are going to look at SMU and what and the ACC. Um, First, we're going to check out the ACC. The reason why we're checking out the ACC is because there's a lot of teams in the top 25 that they say is going to dominate and win, right? And get into the playoffs and win the conference. Well, to me, when I see certain teams, I don't think these teams are going to win. And one of the teams I think will win is SMU. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Let me go to the college football playoffs real quick. Rankings. All right. So we got the college football rankings right here. Look at this. All right. So they got Ohio State number 1, Oregon number 2, Georgia number 3, Texas number 4, Notre Dame number 5, Indiana number 6, Miami number 7, Texas A&M 8, Oklahoma 9, 10 is Ole Miss, Alabama 11, Texas Tech 12, right? LSU 13, USC 14, BYU 15, Michigan 16, Penn State 17th, Tennessee 18, Washington 19, SMU 20, Utah 21, Iowa 22, Clemson 23, Houston 24, and Missouri 25. So looking at this coaches poll, this is preseason. I don't know why they got Ohio State as number 1. That's putting a bullseye on their back. But some of these teams look okay. You know, Indiana, I'm unsure about, right? Oregon, they made it to the playoffs each year. Last year, and Georgia's made it. Texas made it twice in the past 2 years. Notre Dame's, I believe, has made it once. I don't think they made it at all last year. Let me see. I don't think so. But Texas A&M. I don't know why they got Texas A&M at 8. Miami's at 7. I don't know why they have Miami at 7. Because Carson Beck is not there, right? Carson Beck is not there. And Mensa is a mediocre quarterback. Mensa is a mediocre quarterback. Texas A&M, they marked Texas A&M above USC. Didn't USC beat them? Didn't USC beat them last season? I believe they did. And Oklahoma, I can see Oklahoma should be pushed up a little bit. Miami lost 2 games. One to SMU, and then another game, I think, was to Louisville, right? SMU has got a team, bro. They got a team. They're not even counting. If you look in this list, they're not counting James Madison. They keeping the same teams in as always. I don't think Utah is going to be that great of a team. I don't know if Penn State, since their coach left, is going to be a good team. Michigan, I think they'd be over 500. BYU, they'll have a decent team, but I think people will catch up on their quarterback. They know he's going to run now. They know he can run a little bit, and he's going to play game manager. Iowa ain't winning nothing. Clemson, I don't see nothing in them yet. Houston, I believe they went 10-2. and then you got Missouri, right? But to me, they're forgetting Colorado in this top 25. I think Colorado this season is going to have one of their best defenses they ever had. I'm talking about better than the one that they had in 2023 and 24 and last season, right? 2024 defense was okay at times, as long as they had Shiloh in there playing safety, strong safety. Um, uh, they had some defensive players the year before that they were okay. Last year's defense was atrocious because they wasn't basically game planning, really. They wasn't going and studying the defenses that they were playing. They wasn't bad coaching. But let's check out SMU real quick. All right, SMU. Now we're talking about the ACC today. All right, SMU's got Florida State, then they play UC Davis, right? Which I think SMU is going to dog walk Florida State. They're going to beat UC Davis. Louisville, I think they can beat them. Missouri State, they're going to beat them. Boston College, they should beat them. Virginia, that's a good team. Virginia is a good team. People sleeping on Virginia and their coach. And they got a black coach over there. Syracuse. Oh, no. Cal, that's a sleeper game. Okay? That's the game that they might struggle with. Syracuse. Syracuse didn't look good. I think coach is on the hot seat over there. Virginia Tech, that's another sleeper team. Okay? With the coach transferring over there from Penn State, I think that is going to be a sleeper game. Then they got Wake Forest. Let me see the full schedule. They got Wake Forest, Notre Dame. They're probably going to struggle with Notre Dame. But then again, you never know. This kid, Jenkins, man, that dude can do everything. Stanford, they play Stanford, and that should be a win for them, right? Let me get out of here real quick. We're going to go to the ACC. All right, so we're going to go to the ACC. You got my pick is SMU. Going to win this conference. And if not, something, I don't think it's going to be Miami. I don't know why they got Miami in the top 10 because they got Mensa. Mensa was an okay quarterback at Duke. He was an okay quarterback at Tulane. I think he had his best season with Tulane. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he beat USC. But he was at Duke last season. And I think Duke won last season, the conference. But Miami was able to get in. And that's what's crazy about this, right? Miami still was able to catapult both of the conference champions, the conference players, and the champion. After all of that was said, Miami still was able to get into the playoffs, even though the other teams won their conference or was in the conference championship. That is crazy. And even though SMU wasn't there, SMU had a good team. And I think if SMU builds up their defense, they're going to be one tough team. Because I can see a Shedeur Sanders in him with a little bit of Lamar Jackson, right? He can actually throw pretty accurate. That one season that he played, I think he played against Penn State in a bowl game or something, and they struggled, and that's because he was hurt. Now the kid is fully healthy. So we'll see how he do this full season. I think SMU is going to be in their conference championship this season. But they got to go through Cal. Cal got a good quarterback. Cal's got a good quarterback. Who else was on their schedule? Louisville. I don't know who Louisville has as their quarterback yet. Syracuse, that's a question mark. And Virginia Tech, I do not know who they have as their quarterback. Let's see who Virginia Tech has. Let's see if we can see who their quarterback. Ethan Grunkemeyer. I don't know where he came from. But I know I'll tell you one thing. Virginia Tech will have a defense. I just believe that SMU is a good team. And I'm going to pull up his highlights real quick. See if I can pull up his highlights. I got to go to YouTube real quick. But they had a pretty solid defense last year. They gave up 20 points. But this kid, Jenkins, he thrown for 3,600 some yards passing. Kevin Jenkins is his name. Kevin Jenkins. This kid, Kevin Jenkins. I'm going to pull him up. This dude is nice. And I'm going to tell you another kid in their conference that is nice. The kid from NC, North Carolina State. That kid is nice. Okay? Let me see. Yeah, NC State. What is it? NC State. The Wolfpack. This kid right here. Is it the quarterback? Where is he at? See, they have a photo of the quarterback. That's crazy. You don't have no photos of the quarterback at all. Anyway, the Wolfpack are a problem. That's another team that's a problem. Let me pull this up. Kevin Jennings. I had said his name wrong. Kevin Jennings. This kid right here. Right? Mad nice. Mad nice. Watch this kid's highlights. Who are they playing right here? They're playing Miami right here. Look at that. I mean, look at that, bro. Bro. yak, straight down the pipe. Ooh, it was bad pass, but my man caught that. Good receivers. His offense is mad nice. They keep receivers, bro. And SMU got plenty of money. I don't know who. That's not Miami. That's not Miami. I don't know who that is. No, that's not Miami. That's Baylor. That's Baylor. They're playing against Baylor right there. He threw for 3,363 yards, 30 touchdowns. I think he really threw for more than that in that season, I believe. It was more. It was more touchdowns than that. But look at his throws. Dang, mad nice, bro. Mad nice. They're playing Missouri State right here. He threw to the outside for a touchdown. It was a guy named Maryland. Little fake there. Tossed it to the goal, to the touchdown. Playing against Texas TCU right here. Man, he threads the needle, man, with his passes. Now, right here, they say he's at 66. Ooh, he kind of looked, he heaved that real quick. Look at that. He can sit in the pocket. The kid can sit in the pocket. He's about to throw another one. Look at this. Oh my God. The kid is mad nice. Mad nice, bro. Mad nice. This is where they're playing against Syracuse right here. This kid can throw, man. He can really fucking throw. Look at that. Look at that. And this is the reason why I think this kid is going to go far in the ACC, right? Um, Man, he throttled Syracuse. He's throttling Syracuse right here. And this is my Heisman guy right here. Oh my God. What kind of tackling is that? My man was holding right there. That should have been a holding call. I watched the game where they beat Miami, and I was like, okay, with Carson back, they beat Miami. Okay, this was past season. They beat them. They beat SMU. Not Louisville. They beat a few people. They beat Clemson. Look at this. Oh, look at his awareness. Look, oh my God, they got talent. Talent on that team, bro. Wide receivers is mad nice. Yards after catch for their wide receivers is nasty. They up 24-7 right there. This was against Clemson. Look at this. Dimes. He's throwing dimes. Look at this. The linebacker should have got that. They beat the brakes off of Clemson. And they got plenty of money on their squad. They're playing Wake Forest right here. I think they lost to Wake Forest. I want to say they lost to them. This is where they're playing Miami right here. Man. This is against Carson Beck. This was against Carson Beck. This kid can pass, bro. He can fucking throw. Miami's up 10-7. Look at this. Jink. He's not super fast like Lamar, but man, he can get out the pocket and go. And that game too, they beat Miami at the last few minutes. They beat them. Highlights of that game. This is the reason why I think that SMU will win the ACC. Look at that throw, man. Look at that throw. Oh my God. And they got speedsters. Look at that, man. Mad nice. Threw one in the middle of the field. He likes to throw in the middle of the field. This is against Louisville right here. When this kid is healthy, he's hard to beat, bro. He's hard to beat. Everything you see, he's just throwing dimes. And look at that. He's doing Shador stuff, man. He's doing Shador stuff plus a little bit of Lamar in him. Look at that. On the money. He's playing Cal right here. Now that's who I think they're going to struggle with is Cal. But if they get the right defense, the players, to play smart, fast, tough, they're going to be a force to reckon with. Dang, it's 21-31 right here. He throws a missile. 27-31. 7 minutes and 50. Look at that. I think they lost that game. But man, SMU is going to be mad nice. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. All right, here we go. All right. So I believe that Kevin Jennings can dominate. They can dominate if they beat a few teams. And like I said, here's their schedule again. We're going to pull it up. Sorry, I had that little delay. Here's their schedule again. All right, their schedule is Florida State, which is a win, bro. That's a win. I don't see Florida coach is going to lose his job. They play UC Davis. That's a win. Missouri State is a win. Louisville is a win. Um, Virginia, that might be a loss. It depends on what. It depends on SMU's defense. Virginia's tough. Both Virginia teams are tough. Cal is going to be a struggle for them. It's going to be a struggle. But if they got Cal at home, uh, that might be better for them. Wake Forest um, might be a struggle for them. Stanford should be an easy win, and Notre Dame is going to be a struggle. Those are the games I see they're struggling in. Syracuse game, I don't think Syracuse got a quarterback. We'll see, but SMU is a sleeper of the ACC, man. They are the sleepers of the ACC. Um, so that's how I feel about it. I've been watching their games on the ACC channel and everything like that, and watching their highlights. And I saw that they beat Miami, they beat Clemson, they beat Louisville. Those are the three monsters of the ACC, and they beat Florida State. So it's like, bro, SMU is the new kid in town, whooping the shoes out of the big dogs. So I'm going for SMU to be a better team this season, and they're gonna shock some folks. They're gonna shock some folks. They're going to shock some folks. Um, they're going to shock some folks. Yo, I want y'all to check me out, man. Check me out, Coach Callie, uh, on TikTok, and I'm a DJ. I DJ things like that. You can check me out on TikTok. Also, check me out at New Legacy Martial Art Academy on YouTube. I got tutorials and everything like that. But you hear some of the videos. There's some of my it's right here. I'm teaching you how to roundhouse kick. Spinning back kick. So yeah. So yeah, just check me out, man, on TikTok, Coach Callie on TikTok. Also, check out New Legacy Martial Art Academy, and also uh, DJ Killer Cali on YouTube and Coach Cali Sports Talk. You know what I mean? And put your comments in the bottom and let me know what you think about SMU and if who you think is going to win the ACC. And let me know. All right, till next time. Deuces.